Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. My name is Kurt. This is my daily good life meditation, an exercise that I do in the morning just after waking up. It's now 4:47 a.m. I do this to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use the time to reflect on the last 24 hours and how I did with the various challenges and opportunities that I met. Plan for the coming day, prepare myself for death, and then get started. Oh, and you can get a copy of Going Alone if you like from the link down below in the description. I recommend the hardcover edition. I like to kick things off with a poem, so I'm lingering for a couple of days on a poem that's growing on me quickly called Man and Dog by Edward Thomas. Let's jump in. So I went over it yesterday and the day before too. Man and Dog. So it's a bit of snippet of the author, I imagine, meeting a man and his dog on the road. An old man. "'Twill take some getting, sir. I think 'twill so." The old man stared up at the mistletoe that hung too high in the poplar's crest for plunder of any climber, though not for kissing under. Then he went on against the northeast wind, straight but lame, leaning on a staff new-skinned, carrying a brolly, a flag basket, and old coat. Towards Eton, 10 miles off, Alton that is. And he had not done less from Childgrove, where he pulled up docks. 'Twere best if he had had a money box, to have waited there till the sheep cleared a field, for what a half-week's flint picking would yield. I think I just read about this yesterday, about how back in the old, I watched a video about this, about how poor people would come and pick the what was left over after harvesting of a field, the little grains. I wonder if that's what they're referring to. The old man came in on a ship, it seems like, and he's walking towards Alton from Childgrove. I'll need to look that up to see where that is, Alton and Childgrove, where he pulled up docks. So I guess he was a sailor. And then this part here, it's not quite in quotes, or is it? "'Twere best if he had a money box." I don't know what that means. I mean, clearly it's best if he has some money, right? Money box, whatever that is. To have waited there till the sheep cleared a field, for what a half-week's flint picking would yield. Look up that. Flint picking, Childgrove, and Alton. Maybe I can figure out where these are. I know what flint picking is. His mind was running on the work he had done since he left Christchurch in the New Forest one spring in the 70s. So it looks like when he set out on his life as a seaman. Naving on dock and line. I have to look that up too. Naving. I'm imagining either being in the Navy or being a sailor. Maybe that's a word for that. From Southampton to Newcastle on Tyne in 74, a year of soldiering with the Berkshires. So he spent a year as a soldier, hoeing and harvesting in half the shires where corn and couch will grow. Couch? Corn and couch? Must be a term for some sort of vegetable, I guess, right? His sons, 3 sons, were fighting, but the hoe and reap hook he liked, or anything to do with trees. He once fell from a poplar tall as these. The flying man, they called him in hospital. If I flew now, to another world I'd fall. He laughed and whistled to the small brown bitch with spots of blue that hunted in the ditch. Her foxy Welsh grandfather must have paired beneath him. I don't know what that means. He kept sheep in Wales and Scared strangers, I still warrant, with his pearl eye, and trick of shrinking off as he were shy, then following close in silence for what? He's talking about the dog, right? No rabbit, never fear, no rabbit, never fear, she ever got, yet always hunts. Today she nearly had one. She would and she wouldn't. 'Twas like that, the bad one. She's not much use, but still she's company, though I'm not. That's interesting. She's still company, though I'm not. She goes everywhere with me. So Alton I must reach tonight somehow. I'll get no shakedown from that bedfellow from farmer. I'll get no shakedown with that bedfellow from farmers. Many a man sleeps worse tonight than I shall. That's all quotes, so that should try to do that in the vernacular. Let's see. Where did the quote start? All the way there? Is that who was it? 'Twas like that the bad one. She's not much use, but still she's company, though I'm not. She goes everywhere with me, so Alton I must reach tonight somehow. I'll get no shakedown with that bedfellow from farmers. Many a man sleeps worse tonight than I shall. In the trenches, yes, that's right. But they'll be out of that. I hope they be, this weather, marching after the enemy. And I hope so. It's so hard to figure out who's who talking. And I hope so, good luck. And there I nodded. Good night, you keep straight on. Stiffly he plodded. And at his heels the crisp leaves scurried fast, and the leaf-colored robin watched. They passed the robin till They passed the robin till next day, the man for good. They passed the robin till next day, the man for good. You gotta get that right. The robin till next day, the man for good. Together in the twilight of the wood. I think the best thing with this one is to not try to put in any, language of the person, but just try to read it through as the narrator. I'll try again tomorrow. This one's taking some effort, but it's worth it. Look up the vocabulary too. Remember to do that, Kurt. Okay, yesterday and last night, really good. I mean, not a really good day. It was a tough day too. Yesterday was a hard day, but more productive. I had a really good to-do list that I worked off of yesterday, and I executed it very well. I have some things I need to just realize I need to do this weekend. So I'll just add it to my list. Don't forget, Kurt. Good day yesterday. Hard day though. Hard day of good work. So I deserve to feel good, and I did feel better in the evening as a result, though I was dead tired. No particular challenges to note. The good life. My 8 objectives are: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities, and to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And lastly, to keep my balance. Tricky to do. More than physical. My 35 principles now are: war, reason, homunculus, Anchorhold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity, social principle, principle of family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, the feast of Offal, distraction, agency in the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and being ready. Now as for today, it's Thursday, solid day of meeting. All morning I've got meetings right on through, and I'm going to make good solid use of it. I've already had 1 cup of coffee. I will I take caffeine pills now in the morning, and then as needed when I'm driving. This fatigue and exhaustion just overwhelms me sometimes. So I'll take a 200 milligram caffeine tablet as I start my day of work to power through these morning meetings. I hate that I have to do that, but I just can't. Well, I could probably get through the workday without it, but it just makes the workday go better. And I know that's not a good reason. And I need it when I'm driving because I literally fall asleep in the car. It's a strange thing, but I try to temper it. No more than one pill in the morning, and then one pill before driving. If it's not in the morning, if I'm driving in the morning, I'm okay with the 200 milligram pill that I took. So I'll power through the morning, and I should be good for the day. And then I have readiness stuff that I need to do in the afternoon. Although I'm pretty well caught up. My project's tricky, but I think I'm keeping it on handle. Still got that big problem to tackle. I don't know that I can tackle it though. It might have me beaten. I just have to buckle under. Closing in on being able to say I have 13 months left till I leave. That's once I get within a year, things change. Once I'm in a year, things change. I cannot feel it already. I'm going to need to reserve myself a place to stay after my family leaves. That's only half a year away. I need to start getting ready. I need to start getting rid of all this stuff. I need to start taking this life apart. It's time to do that. Take it apart. And I'll be without Ruth. I'll be ruthless. Okay, am I ready for death? Are my affairs in order? Yes. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Absolutely. And Gary's coming next week. I can't wait to meet him. I have 2 books that I need to prepare. One for Gary, one for another person I sent to, and then one more after that out of books. So I'll have to order more books. And with that, I'll sign off. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, Gary. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never